Listen, man, no one's gonna tell you this, but I will. She's pulling away. Maybe it's subtle at first, a text that goes unanswered, a laugh that feels distant, a touch that lingers less than before, and your mind immediately starts spinning, replaying every conversation, analyzing every word, overthinking every gesture, as if somewhere in that chaos you can find a key to bring her back. But here's the truth that hits harder than anything you've read in books or scrolled past online. Her pull isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a mirror reflecting the space you have yet to claim for yourself. It's a test of your emotional strength, your discipline, and your ability to remain unshaken in the storm. Most men panic here. They text too much, they apologize, they beg silently in their heads while hoping she notices. Every act of desperation chips away at the foundation of their own value. Women are not cruel, but they are biologically wired to sense instability. Your panic broadcasts neediness louder than any words, and neediness drives her further away, even when she still cares. The paradox is simple. The more she withdraws, the more your control over yourself will determine whether she drifts or returns. You need to detach, but not in a cold, manipulative way. True detachment is mastery over your reactions, a discipline that roots itself in the very marrow of your being. You feel the urge to reach for your phone, to fill the silence, to bridge the gap with your words, but you resist. Instead, you stand firm in your routines, in your mornings, in the small rituals that remind you of who you are outside of her attention. You wake early, you train your body until it burns. You pursue your goals with a focus that cannot be swayed by absence or distance. In these moments, the chaos in your chest begins to settle, and you realize that your value exists independently of her approval. She may test you, she may withdraw, she may pull away in ways that unsettle you, but your emotional sovereignty is untouchable. You begin to see her distance not as a punishment, not as rejection, but as an opportunity to show the gravity of a man who cannot be swayed by whim or fear, a man whose life is full and unshakable. And as you build that gravity, something subtle begins to happen. Absence is a strange and powerful force. She starts to notice it, not consciously at first, but in the quiet corners of her mind, she senses that something is missing. She feels the space you've carved, the energy that is no longer tethered to her moods, no longer vulnerable to her indecision. She begins to reflect on the moments she took for granted, the attention she assumed was always there, and a quiet longing rises inside her. But you do not fill that space with frantic texts or desperate calls. You occupy it with purpose, action, and discipline. You channel the energy that would have been wasted in anxiety into your life, into growth, into work, into mastery over yourself. Every deliberate act you take, every step you walk without needing her validation becomes a silent signal of your worth. And that signal is louder than any words you could send. It is irresistible because it is real, because it comes from a place that cannot be faked, a place rooted in strength and self-respect. You understand that this is not manipulation. You are not playing games or tricking her. You are simply choosing yourself over your compulsions, your routines over your insecurities, your clarity over chaos. You allow her distance to remind you that the only person you can truly control is yourself, and that control is the foundation of all attraction. She begins to feel the pull of your presence, not because you chase it, but because you have chosen to live a life of independent power. She starts to overthink, not your mistakes, but your absence. She begins to question the space she has left in her life for you, to wonder what it is about your energy, your confidence, your composure that she cannot ignore. And in that wonder, the longing grows, quietly, inevitably, because the man who is fully himself cannot be contained or dismissed. Your frame becomes a fortress. Your silence, your measured restraint, communicates strength and calm without a single word. You do not crumble when she tests you. You do not chase when she withdraws. You remain anchored in your own life, in your own ambitions, in the rituals that define you. You wake early, you train hard, you move with purpose, and in doing so, you radiate a presence that cannot be ignored. Absence becomes a tool, a mirror, a force that pulls rather than pushes. And she begins to miss the consistency of your energy, the stability of your focus, the quiet intensity that surrounds you like an invisible shield. She begins to see that her withdrawal does not diminish you, it only makes your value more evident. This process is not instant, it is slow, relentless, and requires patience that most men cannot summon. You must cultivate a life that is so full, so magnetic, and so independent that her pull cannot destabilize you. Every step forward in your growth, every achievement in your self-mastery, every moment you choose purpose over panic, strengthens the invisible thread that draws her back. And when she does return, it will not be because you begged for attention or chased validation. It will be because she recognizes the man who exists beyond her influence, who commands his own life with discipline, who moves with intentionality that cannot be disrupted by fleeting moods. The harshest truth is that this works not because women are fickle or cruel, but because attraction is fundamentally rooted in respect, scarcity, and presence. She misses you because your life has weight, because your emotional independence creates a tension she cannot ignore, because you are not a mirror reflecting her desires, but a force standing firmly in yourself. She notices when a man is anchored and unshakable. She notices when a man refuses to panic, and in that notice, desire awakens, not manufactured, not forced, but natural, psychological, and inevitable. You realize that her pull is a reflection of your own capacity to stand alone, to breathe in the quiet moments, to persist in discipline and focus even when desire tempts you into recklessness. You understand that the magnetic energy you radiate is forged in absence, not attention, in purpose, not pursuit, in self-mastery, not validation. Every day you commit to your routines, to your work, to your physical and mental growth, you reinforce this magnetic presence. She feels it, even when she pretends she doesn't. She misses you, because the man she once could claim with ease is now a man who cannot be claimed, a man who belongs fully to himself, and in that belonging, he becomes irresistible. Stand firm, man. Rise early, train hard, live with purpose, breathe, detach. Let her pull away while you focus on yourself. You do not chase or panic. Your presence alone speaks. Attraction isn't chasing, it's being the gravity she cannot resist. Discipline, independence, focus, this is what draws her. Strengthen your life and frame. Let absence awaken desire and respect. That man is you. Watch the next video on emotional detachment and unshakable masculine presence. Your transformation starts now.